Hi class, it's Jolene. Today we're going to talk about swatches. You can see I have the swatches panel open and this is the default swatches palette, but there's lots of other ones that you can choose from and you can even customize your swatches. So I'm just going to click on a shape here, go to fill, and you can see just the regular way you can fill this with different colors. But what if you want something a little more interesting, something that has to do with a project you're working on? For instance, maybe you want colors that represent fruits and vegetables. Here's how you can get new color palettes. Click on the little hamburger or the little menu here and then go to Open Swatch Library, and then we can go to Foods. And then from foods, there's different kinds of foods. Let's click on vegetables. So here is a whole other palette having to do with vegetables, fruits and vegetables. So now I could change that palette to, I could use colors from this palette in this way. So that's vegetables or fruits and vegetables. I'm going to come to that in a second, that other one. So I'll put this over here so you can keep an eye on that. And now I'm going to go and open another library, Open Swatch Library. And this time we're going to take a look at gradients and look at all the different gradients we have. Fruits and vegetables is one of them, and that's the one that was already open there. So you can see now I can choose from this menu to select different gradients. You might be tempted to go to this menu to find more menus, but you need to do it from the swatches palette to find those additional menus. So our libraries, Open Swatch Libraries, you could go to, for instance, art history, pop art, and now everything is in these pop art colors. The other thing I want you to know about the swatches palette is sometimes you lose everything but black and white will be in your swatches palette when you open it, and it's going to freak you out. What the heck? Where's all my colors? Here's how you get them back if they somehow go away. Click again here, go to Open Swatch Library, and then click on Default Swatches. There's several to choose from. Typically, the one you're going to want is Print. And you can see it just opened a new version of this. So I'm going to close that one. I'm going to drag this out like that, and then I can close that one. Otherwise, all these other ones that I'm opening, it's keeping them open until I drag them out and close them if I don't want to use them. So if I'm still trying to figure out which palettes I want to use, they're all right here in these different tabs. The other cool thing you can do in the swatches palette is create your own palette. Say you're working with some custom colors. You can see here there are like folders. So I'm going to create a new folder by clicking here on New Color Group, and I'll name it My Group. You can name it whatever you want. Maybe you'll name it something that has to do with a project you're working on. And now you can see there's a new My Group. If I hover over it, you can see it's My Group. So now if I come over here, double click here and create a custom color, I'll say okay, that's the one I want. Now I can drag this swatch from here into my new group. Now let's make another one. Maybe I'll make a palette of greens. So I've got it there. I drag it in over here. Now I've got two of them. Double click on this again. Maybe I'll make a bright green there, and then drag that swatch there. So now I have three swatches. Let's make one more. Let's make it a really light green. There we go. So now I can just use those colors in my project. Maybe I've decided I want all of them to be in these greens, and I've got them all right there. Now, if you end up with a whole bunch of swatches in here that you don't want to have in here because they're distracting to you or whatever, you can select them. I'm going to hold down, I selected that one, and now I'm going to select the last one and hold down Shift and select all these. I can put them in the trash can. I could do that with all these if I wanted to get rid of all of these and maybe even this whole folder, delete them. This is a nice thing when you're to do when you're, let me get rid of these. When you're working with a very specific palette and you want to make sure you're not even tempted by any other ones, now you just have these available to you. But if you want to get back to that default palette, remember, go to the hamburger here, open swatch library, default swatches, and print. And there they all are right back there where we started.